Hi everybody, this is Professor Quesada, and I'd like to welcome you to Philosophy 22, Asian Philosophy. I've been teaching this course for 27 years at Santa Monica College. Hard to believe how time flies. My hope, first and foremost, is that you enjoy the course and benefit from it personally. This class brings me a lot of pleasure because it's not like the other courses. Its implications are immediately applicable to your personal life, and that's what I hope you get from it, no matter what your major is. I hope that it gives you new worldviews, new perspectives, and you can take those perspectives into any line of work you do and into any major that you choose. Now, everybody wants to know how the course is operated, what will be your workload, and how do I tally up your points. So let's look at that. I work with points. So that is to say, every piece of work that you do for me has a certain number of points attached to it. And at the end of the semester, when I calculate points, it's very simple. I see where you fit in, the A range or the B range or the C range and so forth. And your points will come from the journals that you do for me. And those journals are divided up into modules. So if you go to the modules page, you'll see all the modules for this class. And inside each module is a journal, and the journal will be based on the work done within the module. So inside the module, you'll have links to articles that you'll have to read or to videos that you'll have to watch, and then the concluding portion of that module block will have your journal questions. So there's a logic to it, and you don't have to buy any textbooks for this course. The readings are contained in the modules as well, so you just follow the links and read what's there to read and watch the videos that are there to watch, and your questions will be based on that work. The only thing you need to acquire for this course are the guided meditations. More on that in a moment. So just go through the modules in order, and you'll be moving through all of the subjects that pertain to this course, starting general and ending specific. So we'll start with a look on how the Western and Eastern worldviews differ from one another. And then we'll get more specific as we get into the specific topics related to this course, starting with Hinduism in India and moving on through Buddhism. And we'll go through China, and we'll go through Japan, and we'll finish up with Taoism and Confucianism, which are native to China. So it's a bit of a journey that this course takes you through. The next question everybody asks me, is there a length requirement to the journals that you'll have to do? The answer is no. What I care about is your sincerity and authenticity. I've been doing this a long time, and I can tell when your answer is truly your own or when it's been Googled. I can also spot when your answer is identical to another student's. So as long as you do your own work and I sense your sincerity, I'm happy. Some answers will be shorter than others. It depends on the question. Some questions require a longer answer. That's up to you. Again, sincerity, sincerity, sincerity. I care that you thought about the article that you read and you made your answer your own and you applied it to your life. That's what I love to see. And you'll paste your answer right into the submission box, and then you'll move on to the next module. And again, each module has a different subject matter. Are they cumulative? Yes and no. You'll move into another subject as you move into a new module, but there is a continuity there. And so, for example, modules 4 and 5, they all have to do with Indian philosophy, so there's a relationship there. But there's also a new subject. You're moving on into a new aspect of that area of study. Then there are 3 quizzes, and there's a logic there too. So when you get through your first few modules, you'll see quiz 1 appear. Quiz 1 will pertain to the modules that came before it. Then you'll move on to the next subject, which is Buddhism. And then you'll have quiz 2, which is all about Buddhism. And then you'll get onto the Chinese philosophies, and that'll be the last section. And then you'll have the third and final quiz, which is basically your final. So there are 3 quizzes total, 50 points each. As for the due dates, those are listed underneath the assignments. So again, they'll show up on the modules. As you see how the blocks are laid out, you'll see the due dates underneath each module, and you can also have an overview of that when you click on assignments. You can see all the assignments laid out with the due dates underneath, and you can organize yourself around those due dates. That helps you so that you stay organized and you don't procrastinate and save everything to the end. Finally, one thing I don't want you to do is ask me for redos or permission to resubmit. You have to discipline yourself and submit when you're ready. And you're at the college level now, so it's up to you to discipline yourself and think about the content before you submit. Once you submit, it's submitted. There's no going back. And it's up to me to organize myself too. I grade a few times per week, especially on the weekends. I grade in bulk so that you have feedback continually throughout the semester. And I'm not too picky. Again, if I see that you've done your work sincerely, I'm generally happy. When you're missing something important, I'll usually leave a comment and explain why I've had to take off points if that applies. But most importantly, I wish you a wonderful semester. And again, I think you'll find it to be a breath of fresh air, and you'll find that it applies to your life in a very personal way. It's not just an academic course. It's the kind of course that requires that you get your feet wet and your hands dirty. In that sense, I liken it to a cooking course. You can't just read a book and learn how to cook. You've got to get in the kitchen. And with that said, that's why I require that you participate in this course in a hands-on way with guided meditations that are a part of most of the blocks. That is, after all, how Buddha became enlightened, through seated meditation. So that's another reason why this course is different. You really, really get in there and get your hands dirty, meditate a little bit, and benefit in a deep way. You don't just read books. So I hope you have a wonderful semester and you enjoy this course and all it has to offer. I look forward to reading your work. Bye-bye.